Anyone? Well, Arjun, Mayank, any other doubt before starting with Carnot cycle? Carnot cycle, if you will learn, it will be simplified for physics also. So learn it carefully. What does Carnot cycle represent? See, Carnot cycle is a cyclic process, a hypothetical cyclic process where we are expecting, where we have one isothermal process like this. We have an isothermal process, expansion, isothermal expansion. Then there is an adiabatic expansion like this. And again, there is an adiabatic expansion. And from here, again, there is an isothermal expansion. So basically, this is how Carnot cycle looks like. So here, if it is pressure versus volume graph, the entire cycle is made into this four systems A, B, C, D. What is happening here from A to B? Here it is an isothermal expansion. Isothermal expansion. From B to C, it is an adiabatic expansion. From C to D, it is an isothermal compression. From D to A, it is an adiabatic compression. So this is a combination of isothermal, adiabatic, isothermal, and adiabatic. This is how it has been combined. Now check out if we put the different uh, states here. It is P1, V1, T1 changing to P2, V2, T1. Why only T1? Because it is isothermal, temperature does not change. From there, it is changing to P3, V3, T2, changing to P4, V4, T2. And from here, finally, it is changing to again P1, V1, and T1. I suppose you understood what is happening here. Now, in this, our objective is to first find out what will happen to the overall work, overall heat, and overall internal energy. We know that for a cyclic process, any state change in the state function is zero. So delta U is zero, delta H is zero. Since delta U is zero, Q will be equal to minus W. This is Q net and this is W net. We can calculate W net as work from A to B plus work from B to C plus work from C to D plus work from D to A. And what are the other terms which we know? See, B to C is an reversible adiabatic expansion. Whenever there is an adiabatic reversible expansion or a compression, I can relate that with temperature and volumes here. So T1 V2 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V3 power gamma minus 1. This is something which I can relate. Similarly, I can relate here also between A and D. I can relate this as T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V4 power gamma minus 1, right? So these two are clear. So from here you can see this is T2 by T1 is equal to V2 by V3 whole raised to power of gamma minus 1, and which can be equal to V1 by V4 power gamma minus 1, which implies V2 by V3 is equal to V1 by V4 or vice versa. That is V4 by V1 is equal to V3 by V2. This is an important information for us. This is information 1 and this 2 is an information, I mean, that is information 2 and this is information 1. Athar, so far clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Now, first check out how to calculate the work done from A to B. Work done from A to B is an isothermal expansion. So it is nRT1 ln V2 by V1, right? Similarly, work done from C to D will be minus nRT2 ln V ln, this is V1. Again, if you see that this is the isothermal compression, so this is V4 by V3, T2 V4 by V3. This is what we know. So first isothermal is happening from A to B, next it is from C to D. Similarly, how about work done from B to C and work done from D to A? Work done from B to C is adiabatic expansion here. So I can use the formula that uh, 1 NC NCV T2 minus T1, because you can see this is T2 minus T1. So I can write this as NCV T2 minus T1, and here I can write this as D to A. If you check out, that would be NC T1 minus T2. So this would be NCV T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2. Now if you see that if you add W of BC and W of DA, these two will get cancelled with each other. So the overall work done, so overall work done net will be equal to W net will be equal to WAB plus WCD only, which is equal to, can you see that V4 by V3, right? And this can also be replaced as V4 by V3 is equal to V1 by V2. So we can write this. So here you can see this is useful. So here I can write this as minus nRT ln V1 by V2 minus nRT1 ln V2 by V1. This is T2, that is T1. So everything else is coming common except that T1 and T2. So therefore, work net will be equal to NR ln V2 by V1. If I take this as common, right, then what is left here? This is V2 by V1, so this will become plus, and this V2 by V1 is already there. So therefore, this will be T2 minus T1. If I take minus sign outside, it will be NR ln V2 by V1 into T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2. Then if you see the heat, if you see heat here, Q net, correct? Sorry. Initially, how much is the heat given here? See, for A to B, if you check it out, it is actually the heat given to the system, because if it is undergoing expansion, definitely heat must be given to the system. So QAB will be equal to minus W of AB, minus W of AB. So that would be equal to minus W of AB. If you check out, it is minus NRT1 ln V2 by V1. Now, Athar, the way it is defined, you know, what is the efficiency of work or efficiency of any engine? Efficiency of engine would be work done, right, by the engine upon the amount of heat given. So the total work done upon the amount of heat given is the efficiency. So here, if you check it out, work done is minus nRT ln V2 by V1. And this is, that minus minus will become plus here. So therefore, I can write this as nR ln V2 by V1 into T1 minus T2 divided by nR T1 ln V2 by V1. So that would get cancelled and I'll get this as T1 minus T2 by T1, which is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay, beta. That's how you will get the efficiency of the engine. Okay. So this is the efficiency of the engine. Once you know this efficiency of the engine, we will compare that with actual heat engine. What is actual heat engine? Suppose if this is an heat engine, in heat engine, what we are expecting is we will provide some heat, you know, from something called the source. Correct? This is the source. So source is going to give heat to the system and system will try to do some work. System will try to do some work, W, and rest of the heat it will throw to something called sink. This is sink. So if this is Q1, which is heat given, and this is system, then Q2 is the heat which has been thrown to the sink. Therefore, eta is defined as the amount of work done upon the amount of heat given. The amount of work done is the result of Q1 plus Q2 divided by Q1, which is equal to eta is equal to 1 plus Q2 by Q1. Now, whether Q2 has negative sign or a positive sign depends upon whether it is coming out of the system or going into the system. Since you can see it is coming out of the system, Q2 will have negative sign. Clear, beta? I think this part is clear. Now, this is how practically the uh, efficiency would be, and this is how theoretically the efficiency will be. If both of them are working same, then I can equate these two and I can say that 1 minus T2 by T1 is equal to 1 plus Q2 by Q1, which implies this as Q2 Q1 by T1 Q1 by T1 is equal to Q2 by T2 with negative sign. So therefore Q1 by T1 plus Q2 by T2 is equal to 0, right? And this Q1 and Q2 are nothing but heat being thrown here and heat being given to the system. Let us compare this to the Carnot cycle. In the Carnot cycle, A to B heat is being given and C to D heat is being thrown. B to C or D to A is a constant. I mean, here the heat is 0 because it is adiabatic. So therefore, Q net, if you write down Q net, which is equal to Q of AB plus Q of BC plus Q of CD plus Q of DA, we can see that BC is 0, DA is 0 because these are adiabatic. So only QAB, which is given to the system, and QCD, which is coming out of the system, is nothing but these two only. So Q of AB is nothing but Q1 by T1 plus this is 0 plus Q2 by T2 plus 0, which means in a cycle, there is one factor that is continuously changing. Here also it is Q by T, here also it is Q by T, but Q is 0, that's why this has become 0. This factor is what we call it as entropy. So entropy change between A to B is nothing but the amount of Q reversible that is given at particular temperature. Similarly, entropy change from C to D is equal to how much of Q reversible that is given for at that particular temperature. Have you understood this better? Any doubt here? Please let me know. Athar?
No, sir.
Okay. Now you can use any questions. Either efficiency is asked, either work done is asked, how much heat is being absorbed or heat is being released, correct? Comparing with the heat engine, how does it work? Everything can be learned, right? Chaitanya, do you have any doubts before we begin further with the problem solving?
Yes, sir.
What better?
So, but it's not regarding thermodynamics, so I will keep it for some other day.
What doubts you have?
So, I had a few doubts in aromaticity.
Okay, that you can post me. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Right. Okay, guys. So before starting, I would like to just revise few terms. Last time also we have done this, if you
So, could
remember.
you, sir, one more thing. So, could you do Kirchhoff's law?
Acha, you had one doubt with Kirchhoff's law. Listen up, guys. What is Kirchhoff's law? See, Kirchhoff's law is nothing but the temperature dependency on various enthalpy of the reactions. Suppose if you have AA plus BB is giving CC plus DD. Normally, we always make these chemical reactions at a constant temperature. Let us say the temperature is T1. So at this temperature, we are trying to find out what is delta H of the reaction. How do we write delta H of the reaction here? Usually write this as C into enthalpy of C plus D into absolute enthalpy of D minus A into enthalpy of A plus B into enthalpy of B. This is how we usually write it. Okay. Now, suppose if we are making this delta H of the reaction at any different temperatures now, two different temperatures, then what I can say that whatever the small change in C or small change in D, small change in A and small change in B, I can associate it this way now, like C into, right? C into, how do I write delta H of C here now? See, I would write at constant pressure, we know that QP is equal to delta H, right? QP is equal to delta H. So for a small amount of change, if you have, like for example, small amount of heat is given, which I can write it as N Cp dt. I can write it as small amount of enthalpy change here. A small amount of enthalpy changes observed. We can use this. So instead of writing H now, I can write that in terms of Cp into dt. Okay. So here I can say that any small change in the delta H of the reaction can be associated with C times of this small change in C plus D into small change in D minus A into small change in enthalpy of A plus B into small change of enthalpy of B, which I can write C times of delta D of HC. I can write this as number of moles into Cp of C into delta T. So number of moles, in fact, I have written it already. C into D of HC can be written as Cp of C into dt plus here D into Cp of D into dt, that minus A into Cp of A into dt plus B into Cp of B into dt. Now you can see dt will get common in all of them, and I'll have C into Cp of C plus D into Cp of D minus A into Cp of A plus B into Cp of B, this whole into delta T dt. And this is delta H of the reaction integral delta H1, which is at temperature T1, and this is delta H2 at temperature T2. And here, if at all I integrate this with T1 to T2, this whole what I have written here, this entire term which I have written here, this I will write it as delta Cp of the reaction, because it is products Cp's summation minus reactant Cp summation. Therefore, what we can write it from here is that delta H2 minus delta H1 is equal to delta Cp of the reaction into T2 minus T1. Got it? So from here, delta H2 is equal to delta H1 plus delta Cp of the reaction into delta T. This is what is Kirchhoff's law is. Have you understood that, beta? So you would be given the temperature, two different temperatures. You would be given the Cp values. Delta H1 will be given. You have to calculate delta H2. Chaitanya, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, guys. Now check this out. Last time also we discussed few synopsis of thermodynamics. I'm just putting it right now. See, open system is where mass exchanges, energy exchanges. Closed system, mass does not exchange, energy exchanges. Isolated system, both will not exchange. Intensive property, which does not depend on quantity. Extensive property, which depends on quantity. So extensive, if we divide, we'll get intensive. Internal energy is sum of all kinetic energy and potential energies. For ideal gas, potential energy is zero, and internal energy is only kinetic energy, which is 3 by 2 nRT. Delta U, any change in kinetic energy is associated with change in internal energy. So therefore, it is 3 by 2 nR delta T, which suggests that U is a function of temperature. Now see work done. Normally work done, when we write, the general formula is minus P external into dV V1 to V2. It is valid for ideal gas, real gas, liquid, solids, everywhere. If it is expansion, it is always negative. For compression, it is positive. Anything by the system is negative, anything on the system is positive. Heat is a form of energy which is given. If it is given to the system, it is positive. If it is taken out of the system, it is negative. Thermodynamics' first law is delta U being W plus Q. W, you can see W is a path function. W and Q are path functions where delta U, I mean U is a state function. Next, we have learned enthalpy. Total enthalpy is nothing but total heat content, which can be written as H is equal to U plus PV. Delta H can be written as delta U plus delta of PV, and heat capacity can be written as Cm is equal to the amount of heat given to increase the temperature by 1 unit for 1 mole of a gas. If you do that at constant volume, you'll write it as QV. If you do that at constant pressure, we'll write it as QP. QV will be equal to delta U because work done is zero here. QP is equal to delta H. So therefore, we can write delta H is equal to NCV delta T, delta H is equal to NCP delta T. And this is valid for all the processes as they are state functions. Next, we learned about a term Poisson's ratio Cp by Cv. For monoatomic gases like hydrogen, helium, and so on, Cv value is 3R by 2, which makes Cp which is equal to Cv plus R. So that would be equal to 5R by 2. It will be equal to 5R by 2. Gamma will be Cp by Cv, which is equal to 1.66. And diatomic linear molecule would be 5R by 2. Cp is 7R by 2. This would be 1.4. Polyatomic as in we can have something like ammonia, CH4, eh, you know, any complex molecules like this, SO3, and all of this. For these type of polyatomic molecules, Cv is 6R by 2, Cp is 8R by 2. This is equal to 1.33. So gamma of mono is greater than di, greater than poly, and so on. More the complexity, gamma value will become lesser and lesser. Next, we have various systems, out of which two very important system is isothermal and adiabatic. If you check out isothermal, we have reversible isothermal, we have irreversible isothermal. In either of the cases, whether it is reversible or irreversible isothermal cases, you know, that would be equal to Q is equal to minus W. Q reversible is equal to minus W reversible, because uh, delta U is equal to 0 in either of the cases. Reversible work done is this formula, minus 2.303 nRT log V2 by V1. Irreversible is minus P external into V2 minus V1. While adiabatic reversible Q is 0, irreversible Q is 0, work done is equal to delta U reversible, and here it is delta U irreversible. For reversible, these are the conditions which are valid. So work done reversible will come across this formula, P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by gamma minus 1, or NCV T2 minus T1. Irreversible also will have same. This formula cannot be valid for irreversible. Next, work done reversible expansion. This also we discussed last time, which is greater and which is lesser. Then, if it is a polytropic case, heat capacity can be calculated as Cv minus R by X minus 1. And for that, these are the conditions we can put. If there is a mixture of gases, Cv can be written as N1 Cv1 plus N2 C2 Cv2 by N1 plus N2. Okay. These are few terms you need to know before starting the problems. Okay. Now let us start with the questions here. Wherever the problem solving comes, I'll help you. Meanwhile, try to participate and see how fast we have to do this type of questions. Okay. All are familiar with JEE Advanced. More or less similar type of questions have been asked. So focus this and let us do this now. Okay. See, first, extensive property of single pure substance will not only depend upon the number of moles but also on any of the three variables. Any of,
Like, could we do it like this? कि सर पहले 5 questions करने के लिए give a certain time and after that we discuss.
no, wherever there is a question which comes, I know where to give you the time, I'll give you there. Don't worry. Okay. These are very
Okay, sir.
theoretical ones which I will discuss. Okay.
Okay,
Going
sir.
ahead, I have categorized all of them. See, eighth, you have
Oh, okay, sir. Yes,
time,
sir.
I will
So could
do.
you also send that list जो अभी आपने ऊपर PDF किया था? Could you send it on WhatsApp so that we could refer to it during while
During
we solve the
problem
questions?
solving.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I already have that. I'll send you now. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. As I keep finishing towards the questions, I'll send you meanwhile. Don't worry. Okay. Sure. Now, read this assertion. Chaitanya, let's participate. Beta. Check it out. The extensive
Okay, sir.
properties of a single pure substance will not only depend on the number of moles, but also on any two of the three variables. Okay. So, which means if you have pressure, volume, temperature, right? Extensive property always depends upon mass. And if you check out, volume is an extensive property. Okay. So will not only depend upon the number of moles, but also on any two of the three variables. Yes, it would depend upon pressure or temperature or anything, because volume is an extensive property. It will be nRT by P. So you can see it depends upon any of the three variables here. Next, any extensive property is expressed as per mole or per gram becomes an intensive property. Just now I told you, extensive by extensive will always become intensive. So the statement is correct, reason is correct here, these two are correct, but these two are not related to each other, which means it is not a right reason for it. So the answer should be B. Okay, have you all understood that?
So what do you mean by B?
B is always C.
Okay,
B is
acha.
always
I thought B as in something else. I didn't know that. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
assertion and reason is true, but reason is not the correct explanation. That is B.
So,
Okay,
so weren't assertion and reasons pulled out of JEE advanced syllabus?
what beta?
Sir, and pace we were told that assertion and reasons have been pulled out.
They can ask in many different forms, beta. Okay,
Okay, sir.
it is not exclusively asked. It could be asked as a paragraph. It could be asked in anywhere. Okay, and like that in 2016 also they have asked. 18 also they have asked. Okay. Anyways, now check this out. Next one. An ideal gas at a constant temperature and pressure expands. Then it is. At constant temperature, does the internal energy change? No, it will remain constant. That's it. Next, the internal energy of the substance, it will increase with increase in temperature, decrease with
So
increase
first
in
one.
temperature. First one. There is no change in the internal energy for an ideal gas at constant temperature, which is perfectly correct. Internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of temperature only, which is also correct reason. So this is answer A.
A.
Next. Consider the ideal gas dW is equal to 0 and dQ is less than 0. Okay, which means this dq is less than 0 means it is going out of the system. So delta U
Temperature
is
will
equal to
decrease.
dq, correct? So if it is going out of the system, temperature will decrease.
Decrease.
Next, when heat is supplied to the ideal gas in an isothermal process, what would happen?
Gas will do positive work.
Right, if it is giving isothermal process, heat is being supplied, does it give positive work or negative work? Check. It is isothermal, so Q has to be equal to minus W. If heat is being supplied, work is done by the gas, so it is negative work. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next, adiabatic. The magnitude of enthalpies for irreversible adiabatic expansion from 1 to 2 liters is delta H1, and for reversible it is delta H2. Now you have to try this. This is the question you will
So
try.
could you show sixth question again, sir?
Yeah. So meanwhile, I would suggest all of you to try this question now. Seventh one.
So, but isn't the gas expanding in question number 6? So,
Expanding
wouldn't
means
the,
gas is doing work, na beta. Expansion is what? Who will do the work? Gas is
okay, yes.
doing work, right? Right, guys? Do that. Everyone, try the seventh one and give me an answer. Yes, Amal. Why? Any reason? Right, beta. Anyone give me the reason?
So, class में बताया गया था that the work done is maximum in a reversible adiabatic process.
Correct. So, what does that make with delta H then? How does it relate with delta H?
NCP delta T.
Right. Then, how is delta T related here? You're going in the right direction. Tell me.
Yes, I had to open the door. Could you repeat what you had said last?
I'm saying you you and Amal both have said that work reversible is greater than work irreversible. Totally agreed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
My question was, how is it related to delta H? Then you said, sir, it is dependent on temperature, change in temperature.
So delta H is directly proportional to delta T.
Correct? How is delta T related here?
Uh, Delta T is directly proportional to delta W.
Delta T is correct.
That,
Now, everyone remember this, because for an adiabatic process, delta U will be equal to W, which is equal to NCV delta T. So work is directly related to delta T, which is directly related to delta H. Okay, guys. So if work is more, delta T is more, delta H is more. So delta H2 should be greater than delta H1, which is perfectly fine. Clear? Now, try this eighth question now, everybody. I've already sent you the synopsis in case if you wanted to check.
sir, I think the answer is C, but I'm having a gut feeling that I'm wrong.
C is correct. Do that and show it to me.
Okay, sir. So, yeah, none of these gamma and these constants aren't going to come, right, in the equation.
Well, I would not like to discuss that. You try it and then let others also do.
So
And
I got my answer. I got a numerical answer by solving this, and I didn't use any of those constants. So I was slightly worried.
no, you're right, but justify that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Mayank, Arjun, give me an idea, beta. Possible, can you just switch on your videos? Let me see. अर्जुन कैमरा नीचे करो और थोड़ा. Yeah, fine. अथर, मयंक, ट्राई करो बेटा. What all things you know? First, write every aspect of that. See, enthalpy change. Enthalpy change should instantly make you understand that delta E is equal to delta U plus delta of PV. This is a general equation for enthalpy change. And now our object is to find out these terms, delta U and delta of PV. Delta U, I could write this as Q plus W, okay, which I can write this as Q. It is an adiabatic system, so Q is 0, so W. So W is minus P into delta V, minus P into delta V. Always remember the final pressure is always equal to external pressure. So therefore, here this will be minus P naught into V2 minus V1, which is 3 times of V naught. So it is minus 3 P naught V naught. This is delta U what we got. Next, what about delta of PV here? Delta of PV is P2 V2 minus P1 V1. How much is P2 V2? P naught into 4 V1. So P naught into 4 V naught minus P1 V1. This is P1 V1. So which is 2 P naught V naught, which is equal to 2 P naught V naught. So we got delta of PV also. Delta H will be equal to delta U plus delta of PV, which is equal to minus 3 P naught V naught plus 2 P naught V naught. So which is equal to minus P naught V naught. What all things you must learn from here? First of all, these are only 2 points, which means it is irreversible. Since it is irreversible, gamma terms cannot be used. Gamma terms are only for reversible cases. Done. So now you only have to rely on this equation. And on this equation, put what is delta U, delta of PV, and use that, you will be able to get the answer. Understood? Right. See the next question. A gas expands adiabatically. The value of gamma is. Do this simple question. It would revise your concepts of understanding gamma, also how T and volume is related. Right, Mike? Right. So we can simply put this as TV power half is equal to constant. And we are trying to compare this with TV power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. So gamma minus 1 is equal to half. This is what you have, correct? So which is equal to gamma
1.5.
is equal to 3 by 2, which is 1.5. Yes, all of you got that now.
So I used a slightly different approach.
Yes, beta. What did you do? Tell me.
Sir, I did the same thing, but I took as T is equal to root over 1 by K root over V KV to the power 1 upon 2, then PV upon NR is equal to KV to the power 1 upon 2. Therefore, PV cube root is equal to KNR. Therefore, sigma is equal to 3 upon 2.
Yeah, that's fine. No issues. Correct. Do the 10th one now. Chaitanya, yes, after that,
So I'm calculating after that. I just
yeah.
got to that part now.
सी गाइस, मैंने अभी आपको एक फॉर्मूला दिखाया था. नो मैंग, चेक अगेन. फर्स्ट मिक्सचर का सीवी कैलकुलेट करो. कैलकुलेट द सीवी ऑफ द मिक्सचर which will be equal to n1 cv1 plus n2 cv2 divided by n1 plus n2. So n1 is 1 mole, cv1 is 3r plus 2 into 3 by 2r divided by 3. So which makes it 6r by 3, which is 2r. So we got this as 2r here. Cv is 2r, so Cp will be equal to, well, Cp is needed or needed not needed, we'll see it later. Cv we got already. And we know that temperature is changing, volume is changing from 1 liter to 4 liter, and it is adiabatic and it is reversible. Reversible means I can use Tv per gamma minus 1 is equal to constant, which is T1 V1 per gamma minus 1. Right, Chaitanya, correct. So that is equal to T2 V2 per gamma minus 1. So from here you calculate T2, which is equal to 320 divided by 1 by 4, 1 by 4 divided by gamma power gamma minus 1. To calculate that gamma, we need Cp. Cp is equal to 3R, gamma is equal to 3 by 2. So you put that T2, you will get it as 160. You get it as 160 kelvins. Now delta U will be equal to NCV delta T. N is number of moles, which is 3. Cv value is 2R into temperature is 160 minus 320. That will come as minus 960 R. अथा और क्लियर है अर्जुन? Check that properly. Others start doing the 11th one.
So could you zoom in? It's very
Yeah,
tough to
1
read.
minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Good, Amal. Do that next one. It is in a similar lines, except that here we have to calculate delta H.
So can you tell the conversion for calorie per mole for calorie per mole from joule per mole?
Just a minute, Chetan.
So it's in calorie per mole, not joule per mole.
Yeah, sorry guys, that was an urgent call. Check it out. Zero point 0.5 moles each of ideal gas here. So you can check out the CV mixture here. So that is 5 by 2R plus uh, 5 by 2R plus 3R, that divided by 2. So how much we are getting here now? So we have here as 11 R by 4. This is what we got. Have you all got this? So this is CV 5 by 2R here plus 3R. This is what we have. So 11 by 4. Then this is also adiabatically changing from temperature 350 to 250. So we already know the temperature here. So CV will be CV, CP will be CV plus R. So 11 plus 5, 15R. So this is 15R by 4. Now put that as delta H, which is equal to NCP delta T. Total number of moles, 1 mole. Cp is 15R by 4 multiplied by change in uh, temperature, which is 100 minus 100. So that is coming as minus 375 R. Have you all got that?
Yes, sir. So we do not need to convert minus 375 R
No,
into
beta.
joules.
Already it is given in the options. No,
Yeah, so yeah, I made that mistake. I converted that
yeah.
into
No, not needed.
calories.
That's-
Yes, I'm sorry, sir.
See,
I,
16th. Check out 16th. No, no,
B,
one
sir.
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 12th, I have to finish that here. No, these four are easy ones. Yeah, 16th only, correct. Check out 16th now. 2 moles of ideal monoatomic gas undergoes reversible process. The gas is expanded from initial volume 1 liter to final volume 3 liters. From initial temperature 300 kelvins. Find delta H for the process.
So I sent you the answer.
Yes, yes, please.
I sent you the answer, sir.
Minus 100. Check again. Minus, you mean minus 1000.
Yeah, yes, sir. Mine. Yes, it's minus 1,000, or I misplaced it.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
okay. Minus. Others? Meanwhile, try this 17th, Chaitanya.
okay, sir.
Others? Yeah, right, Amal. Check out next. Athar, give me an answer, beta. Delta H is equal to NCP delta T. So this is monoatomic gas already, and it is moving from 1 liter to 3 liters, and this is reversible process. PV value is known to us. Okay. Initial temperature is known to us. Final temperature is what something we need to calculate. See, this is PV per gamma is equal to constant. Here gamma is equal to 2. Basically, X is equal to 2 here. Is some polytropic process. So X is equal to 2. So TV power x minus 1, TV power x minus 1 is equal to constant. So T1 V1 power x minus 1 is equal to T2 V2 power x minus 1. So from here calculate T2. So T2 is 300 into V1, which is 1 by 3 whole raised to power of 2 minus 1, 1. So T1 is 100. T2 is 100. So therefore, delta H will be equal to 2 moles into Cp. It is a monoatomic gas. So it is 5R by 2 into delta T, which is 100 minus 300. So which is equal to minus 200. So that is 1000 into R. Clear, Mayank?
तो वो 5/2 कैसे आया?
अरे मोनोएटॉमिक गैस है, मोनोएटॉमिक गैस का सीवी सीपी क्या होता है? CV is 3/2R, CP is
आया
5/2R. Okay. Do that 17th now. अथर्व, ये किसका आंसर है, पहले वाले का 16th या 17th का?
सर 16 वाला था वो।
अच्छा ठीक है, 17th करो अभी.
I sent you my answer for the 17th question.
I didn't see that. Okay, fine. Correct.
So ये questions पहले किए हुए लग रहे हैं.
कब किए हुए?
So since either PACE booklet or one of the DPPs that sir sent.
मैंने तो नहीं कराया था.
आपने नहीं करा सर, मतलब महेश सर ने ना DPPs भेजी थी बहुत ज्यादा, उनमें से एक ऐसे क्वेश्चन सिमिलर लग रहा है.
ओके ओके.
आई एम सर्टेन ये वाला क्वेश्चन मैंने पहले किया है.
नो इश्यूज. Try this one. Minute. Seventeenth. Meanwhile, others just check out 17th one here. So delta H we need to calculate, which is equal to delta U plus delta of PV. Delta U, you can get this from Q plus W plus delta of PV. Q, we can get it from C, C into delta T here. So C is given 50 into delta T, T2 minus T1. So that is 300. This is T2 minus 300 plus W. W is minus P delta V minus P external. P external is 1 into delta V is 4 minus 1. This is what we have. Plus delta of PV is P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So P2 V2 is 5 into 4 minus 10 into 1. But for all of this, you have to multiply that with 100 because we have to convert that into joules. So which makes it 50 multiplied by T2 minus 300. T2 we can get from the given terms here. So we can get this as T2 is equal to P2 V2 by number of moles. If you check out, in this case, if the initial temperature is given, and from T2 you can get this T2 as NR here minus 300, that minus of this is 3, this is 3 minus 3 here, so you will get this as minus 3 plus, and this is 20 minus 10, so 10, so minus 3 plus 10 whole multiplied by 100. Okay. So check that out. Rest all you should be able to figure out.
So I sent you my answer for the 18th question.
Right. That's simple Kirchhoff's law, what we have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Others, have you understood that? Substitute this value now. P2 V2 आपको पता है. Got it? Number of moles आपको पता है. Initial number of moles that you can use it by P1 V1 by T1. So that is number of moles. So you will get this as N will be becoming as P1 P2 V2 by P1 V1 into T1. Okay. So if you substitute all of that, you will get the final temperature. From there, you can calculate this delta H, which will come as B. यहाँ तक note करो पहले. Rest you should be able to do that. Eighteenth is just applying molar heat capacity. Try that with the Kirchhoff's equation we have discussed right now, everyone. Meanwhile, ये आप try करो चेतन. Others, try with the 18th question now. Molar heat capacities at constant pressure A, B, C are in this ratio. Enthalpy change for the exothermic reaction at 300 and 310 is given. So then I try the next one.
Yes, I'm just trying to. I'm just getting the gist of the question.
Okay. This is 10 raised to the power of minus 3 into T. यहाँ पे थोड़ा print नीचे आ गया. Others, try the 18th one. Amal, try the next one, beta.
So if you don't mind, can I use a calculator for this question?
Yeah, sure. See guys, first calculate delta of Cp here. Delta of Cp reaction is equal to products minus reactant. So that is 3 times some x here, correct? Because this is 2x. 3 into 2x, some x amount, जो common factor है ये तीनों में. That is a common factor. That minus some 1 into 3x plus 2 times of 1.5x. Now if you see that this is 6x and this is also 6x. So basically delta Cp is becoming 0, which implies delta H2 is equal to delta H1. So which is C. That's all. Right, Amal, correct. Do the next one now, 22nd. Delta H is given, which is equal to NCP delta T. Now Cp can be related with respect to Cv as Cp can be written as Cv plus R. Cv is already given. So for a small change here, now write it for a small change
I
because
got the answer for
what
20
beta?
seconds.
Huh?
So D.
Right. So 10 moles into Cp, which is Cv to 21.686 plus 10 raised to the power of minus 3 T, this plus R. Okay.
So
That into dP. I mean, sorry, dt. That into dt. Now integrate this. Integrate from T1 to
so,
T2, that is
so
300 to 400. 1 minute, 1 minute. So that is H1 to H2. So delta H will be equal to delta H of the reaction will be equal to 10 into this is 21.686 plus 10 raised to the power of minus 3 plus R. R is 8.314 here. Got it. So if you see this one, this is
30.
huh?
Exactly 30, sir.
Right. This is exactly 30 if you add both of them. That into dt integral 300 to 400. So we can get this as 10 into 30 times of T2 minus T1 plus this is multiplied by this T here. Then 10 raised to the power of minus 3 into T2 square minus T1 square by 2. Use that, substitute that, you should get this as 30350. Put that everyone.
Yes, sir. So can you give a 10 minutes break?
Let me finish this. Last one this is. Then we'll get into thermochemistry.
So can you zoom on the 24th question? बिल्कुल पढ़ने को नहीं हो रहा है.
Sorry. See guys, entropy के formulas एक बार revise करवा देता हूँ, देखना. Delta S of the system, we can always write it as Q reversible by T. For an ideal gas, delta S of the system can be written as NCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR ln V2 by V1. The rest you have to do it.
I got my answer in terms of ln.
Hmm?
I got my answers in terms of ln.
These lawns are easy beta. 2.303 बाहर निकालो. 2.303 is what you will have when you keep it in log. Log is easy to calculate. Delta S of the system is equal to 1 mole here into CV. CV is 3 by 2 R into 2.303 into log of T2 by T1. T2 is 100 divided by, take this as almost 300. Okay.
Okay, sir.
1 into R, 1 into R into 2.303 into log of V2, which is uh, V2 by V1, correct? Instead of pressure, now if you have V2 by instead of volume, we have pressure here. We know that P1 V1 by T1 will be equal to P2 V2 by T2, which is V2 by V1. I can write this as P1 T2 by P2 T1. So we will use that here. So P1 T2 by P2 T1. Right. So this is what we'll be
So
using
instead
here.
of 2980, I need to take it as 3000.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So this would be 2.303 into 1.5 R, and that R will come common in both of the cases. So I'll take that as R common here. So it is 3 by 2 times of log of 1 by 3 plus log of P1. P1 is 1 bar, T2. T2 is 100 divided by P2, which is 10, into, take this as almost 300. Okay. So that is 1 by 30. So 2.303 R into 3 by 2 into log of 3 is minus 4.8 plus log of 30. Log of 30 is minus 1.48.
So I sent you my answer in chat.
Let's check. Yeah, correct.
So if you have extra time, could we discuss one more question from thermodynamics from Pace booklet?
Yes, sure. Send me. This is with minus beta 4.8 joules per Kelvin per mole.
So if not yet started thermochemistry, right?
No.
Okay, sir. ठीक है. So Hess's laws and everything is a part of thermochemistry, right?
Yes,
Delta
yes,
H
yes.
neutralization.
Yes, all
अच्छा
of
ठीक है.
this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, check if you are getting a problem. Just send me on WhatsApp meanwhile. Okay.
अरे नहीं उसे वो पूरा है ना thermochemistry का नहीं हो रहा था.
Okay. Fine. No issues. I've taken enough types here. So if these types are not clear, then we'll discuss. Okay. Right. So 1 minute. Hey, have you all got this? Mayank, Athar, Amal, Arjun, respond. Have you all understood that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chaitanya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Try this 31st now. Enthalpy of formation of NH3 at constant pressure and 350-degree temperature is given. What will be the enthalpy of formation of NH3 at constant volume at the same temperature? Enthalpy of formation of NH3 at constant pressure is given, which means delta H is given. Delta H is minus 50 kilojoules given. Now you have to write the formation reaction for NH3. Formation reaction is N2 gas plus H2 gas is giving 1 mole of NH3. This is formation. So if you check out this will be half, this will be 3 by 2. Okay. Now you have to calculate delta H of the formation at constant volume. Constant volume means delta U. So we need to know delta H is equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. That is change in number of moles in product minus reactants into RT. Check out how much it is. So delta U will be equal to delta H minus delta NG RT. So delta H is minus 50 minus delta NG is how much? This is 1 mole minus this is how many moles here? 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So it is 2 moles. So this is minus 1 into R. R value, since I have to write it in joules, I'll take it as 8.314 into temperature 350 plus 273. So which is 623. So 623 kelvins. But this is all in joules. I have to write this in kilojoules, 10 raised to the power of minus 3. So which is minus 50 plus 8.314 into 623 into 10 raised to the power of minus 3. This is what we need. 8.314 multiplied by 623, okay, which is coming out to be 5.78. So minus 50 plus 5.18, 5.18, okay, minus 58, minus 50, this is, sorry, minus 50. So it is minus 44.82. This is delta U value, which is close to 45. Check this out, everyone. Any doubt there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So are we supposed to turn our cameras on right now?
It would be better to see your expressions. Try it out. 32. Options are here. You can see these are A, B, C, D. These are the options.
सर कौन सा क्वेश्चन करना है
32 बेटा.
सर ऑप्शंस कहाँ पे है?
ये A, B, C, D.
अच्छा सर, बी सर, बी.
Delta H of the formation, for water it is given. What is the delta H formation of MgO? So we need to get the formation of this. So for that, Mg plus 2 HCl giving MgCl2 plus H2, this value is given to us. Formation of MgO is what we need to calculate. So from here we know that delta H of the formation, delta H of the reaction will be equal to delta H of formation of MgCl2 plus delta H of formation of H2O, this minus delta H formation of MgO plus 2 times delta H formation of HCl. Okay. If you see from above here, we can get this as delta H of the reaction is equal to delta H formation of MgCl2 plus delta H formation of H2 minus delta H formation of Mg minus 2 times delta H formation of HCl. We know that this is 0, this is 0. Formation of elemental forms is 0. So this is MgCl2 minus 2 delta of this value, we know this is minus 467. So this value minus this value, this we know already as 4 minus 467. So from there delta H of reaction will be equal to minus 467 plus delta H of formation of water, which is given as minus 286, minus of delta H of formation of MgO. This is what we need to calculate. This is equal to minus 151. From there, delta H formation of MgO will be equal to minus 151 plus 467 plus 286. Do this. Sorry, ulta karna tha. This is minus, right? So I'll take this to the other side, bring this minus 151 to the other side. So we'll get this as minus 467 minus 286, okay, plus 151. So that is coming out to be 6 minus 602. Done? Everybody? Mayank, Athar, Arjun. अर्जुन थोड़ा नीचे करना बेटा कैमरा, बस सिर्फ शक्ल ही. हाँ ठीक है. Try this now. 35th. This is on the basis of combustion.
Sir, I sent you the answer in chat.
Yeah, beta. Right.
It was a fairly
Huh?
It was a fairly easy question.
Yes, yes. I want all of you to just make sure you're on the groove to solve these questions first. Try this now. Others? Just check out the weight, that's all, students. So weight of octane. Weight of octane is equal to 1 liter into density. Density is 0.740. This into 1000 because it is in liters. So into 0.740. So which is 740 grams. So 1 gram is giving minus 47.8 kilojoules. So 740 grams will give you how much? Clear on that, everyone? So that is coming out to be this. Next. Close to that. Try the next one. Delta H formation. This value is for this one. This is for this one. This is for this one. This is for this one. Again, a fairly substituting question. Just want you to substitute that. Make a habit of doing these problems. Do that, Arjun. Come on. See what are the products given beta. उसके वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, रिएक्टेंट्स की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, डेल्टा एच नॉट आ जाएगा. Done. Yes, this was pretty easy question. Delta H of combustion will be equal to delta H's formation of products minus reactants. Products is 2 times of delta H formation of carbon dioxide plus 3 times delta H formation of H2O minus delta H formation of ethanol C2H5OH plus delta 3 times delta H formation of O2. This value we know that is 0. So which is equal to 2 times of carbon dioxide is minus 393.5 plus 3 times water. Water is minus 285.83 minus liquid ethanol is given minus of 277.8. That should give you delta H of combustion. $393.5 into 2 plus 285.83 into 3 minus 277.8. So it's coming as 1366.82 kilojoules per mole. Clear on that? Do 38. 38 JEE में भी आ चुका है, so you should try this once. Check it out. 38. Chaitanya, did you finish that? 37. Amal?
Yes, sir. I'm on my 30th question right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Amal. Right. Enthalpy of neutralization of strong acid and strong base is nothing but H plus OH minus is giving H2O. So for this delta H of reaction is nothing but neutralization, which is equal to minus 57.32 given. Enthalpy of formation of this is given. This and this is what you need to write down. So delta H of neutralization is equal to delta H of formation of H2O minus delta H of formation of H plus sorry minus delta H of formation of OH minus. This is what we need to calculate. Rest of the terms are given. That's all the question is. So it is minus 57.32 is equal to water is given 285.84 and this value is 0. Delta H formation of H plus is 0. This I'll write it as some x. So x is equal to minus 285.84 plus 57.32. Okay. So that is coming as minus 228.52. Got that? Do this 40th. I have discussed in class during our sessions. I discussed the same question. I mean, similar term, similar type of question. See if you could answer that 40th.
सर उधर वो n क्या है
किधर बेटा?
सर वो 48 में
Normality.
each of 1n
Normality.
सर वो नहीं आता
Normality नहीं आता मतलब अच्छा आपको equivalents वगैरह molarity ले लेना. It's okay. Normality molarity सेम होता है इसके लिए. इस क्वेश्चन के लिए तो सेम होता है तो डोंट वरी, टेक इट. आप लोग को रिडॉक्स नहीं हुआ है क्या? अभी तक कुछ भी नहीं हुआ ना?
सर रिडॉक्स तो बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ है। नॉर्मैलिटी पढ़ाया गया था सर, बट रिडॉक्स नहीं हुआ है।
अच्छा,
हमारा बड़े अजीब तरीके से चल रहा है, अभी तक एंट्रोपी नहीं चालू है, बट वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद थर्मोकेमिस्ट्री।
पता नहीं यार क्या सीक्वेंस में पढ़ा। हाउ कम दी, अच्छा, दोज आर ऑल 3 year स्टूडेंट्स ना? ओके, दैट्स व्हाट। उनको
सर
पहले से हो
जुलाई
चुका है।
बैच वाले हमसे आगे निकल गए हैं। हमारा अप्रैल का बैच एंड पीपल इन जुलाई बैच हैव ऑलरेडी फिनिश्ड एंट्रोपी।
हाउ कम? जुलाई बैच
सर
कैसे?
उनके 2.5 आवर्स के लेक्चर्स होते हैं।
अजीब है। 3 year वालों का काइनेटिक्स चल रहा है, मैं उनको जो दूसरा बैच पढ़ा रहा हूँ उनमें काइनेटिक्स चल रहा है। ये सब हो गया, बट एग्जाम्स तो सेम ही दे रहे हो वो लोग जो तुम लोग दे रहे हो, उनका भी एमटी सेम है।
एमटी सेम है, बट 3 ईयर वालों के ना अलग टेस्ट अलग। 3 year students do not share the same TWTs.
ओके, बट आई डिस्कस विद देम, ऐसे कुछ अलग तो नहीं है।
So,
हाँ
इसका
बेटा,
आंसर मैंने भेजा है
आया क्या आया? सी
25 and 25.
25 25। चेक अगेन। ट्वेंटी फाइव है। देखो, नॉर्मेलिटी से मोलैरिटी सेम है सब। जो इफ दिस इज गिवन मोलैरिटी and 20 ml of it, and this is a strong acid, and all of these acids which we are given is assuming monoprotic. So it is like Ha plus BOH is giving the reaction AB plus H2. This is what is happening. So if I take 20 into 1 normal, 30 into 1 normal, so how much it is reacting here? This is limiting, so 10 will be left here, only 10 will be formed, 20 will be formed here, 20 millimoles will be formed here. Okay, which means only 20 millimoles has been reacting in the first case. Second case only 10 millimoles, so just check out 20 millimoles, 10 millimoles here, 25 millimoles, and lastly 15 millimoles. So maximum amount of heat that will be released is from C, because volume is same in all of the cases. Clear? Right, beta, correct. Please try this, no? This is entropy based. These are the absolute entropies given. You have to find out entropy change. Just think, just similar lines as that of delta H. How we do that? Products minus reactants. Do the same way.
So could you show the very first question once again after this question?
Very first question, as in which we solved.
No, for thermodynamics का जो first question
अच्छा,
solve किया था ना वो वाला.
ठीक ठीक, ये खत्म करो, फिर से जाओ. Option C, right? Correct. Others,
So C.
right? Now this is like the level one of type of questions beta. This is something between mains and advanced. Okay. So these type of questions you should, if you are very comfortable, then you will be able to attempt better questions. I've already sent you one sheet. Remember Thermoka sheet? Last time also you asked me, Chaitanya.
Yes, sir. You've sent one thermodynamics
Yes,
ka
and
sheet.
I told you that after this you have to try that. Okay. Now is the time you can try that sheet. Not the first
Yes, sir.
exercise, the second exercise. It has very, very good questions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That is something you got to do. And
Yes, sir.
Athar, don't worry about this. I'm sending you one more assignment. Got it? Check this once again, which is again of a little bit basic level just to boost you to start the questions better. Okay. This one you asked, Chaitanya.
Yes, just 1 minute. Uh,
So, guys, tomorrow our discussion would be more on basicity, okay, and discussing a lot of questions from acidity and basicity. I will discuss few and then I'll leave it for you to complete MS. Okay.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And then next session onwards, we'll start chemical equilibrium because the other batch have almost completed chemical equilibrium. Hmm.
Sir, जनरल इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री कब चालू होगा?
God knows when case is starting.
सर आई रियली हैव नो आइडिया कि हम लोग कैसे खत्म करने वाले नवंबर तक सिलेबस.
In summer, they will go crazy, okay, because you will not have any other engagement. Mostly from April onwards, they go back to back classes and they'll try to finish it off.
सर could you sir because अभी as per timetable fifth what is which is the fifth month till June we are in online classes only. So could you talk with AMS and figure out how PACE is planning to move ahead?
No, till August, government is not allowing. I spoke to Anshul recently also. They have not been asked to start anything unless the vaccination round for age 35 is completed. Age 35 will be done only by June end, I guess.
So मतलब कोई chance नहीं है कि they will be postponing JEE 2022?
No, because
None at all.
no, because it is vastly affecting on the placements, na beta. A batch has to
Yes.
pass out and a batch has to come in sooner, or else there is a huge loss to the government as well as to the IITs. Okay, so they can't
Yes, sir.
postpone it anymore, and already the kind of revenue they are generating, every year, that is very essential for government.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think there will be any postponing of exams. You see, there is no postponing, there is no change in the syllabus. So take it for granted. Questions सारे जगह से आ रहे हैं. अभी आज ही पेपर आया ना, कोई ऑब्जेक्शन रेज किया है किसी का सुना नहीं है गवर्नमेंट. पेरेंट्स ने काफी लोगों ने ऑब्जेक्शंस रेज किया है कि reduced syllabus से नहीं थे questions. All of them were from complete syllabus.
हाँ सर, हमारे बैच में से भी है ना, मतलब मेरे को दोस्त भी यही कंप्लेन कर रहे थे.
So कोई मतलब नहीं है reduced syllabus because I was telling them from the start. देखो यार already NTA machine or the server already has some 6 lakh questions. Now there is nobody there to tag and reduce that numbering and get a uh, this thing where they can't make generate a code instantly that they have to not take questions like this because they will be mixed bag. Like yesterday there was a question which is last paper there was a question which is surface chemistry included with environmental chemistry. No, beat that. It's very difficult to categorize that question, no?
Yes, sir.
So take it for granted that you will have complete syllabus. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And inorganic, don't worry, I have made all the videos sessions ready. Okay. So that will be really helpful for inorganic. So we don't have to waste too much time on theory. So just have to listen and we can directly start the problems. Okay.
Sir, I had one more doubt on a personal level. Sir, I do not attend college lectures, तो मुझे उससे कुछ ज़्यादा affect नहीं होने वाला है ना?
I don't know यार, मतलब तुमको कितना अच्छे से आता है नहीं आता है उस पर डिपेंड करता है. There are certain aspects you should definitely listen. If you physical chemistry, Vijay sir teaches very nicely. Second year, please attend them.
Yes, sir.
Solutions and colligative properties, electrochemistry, kinetics. These are his main.
No, no, वो तो सब
their
PACE के हो
strength.
गए ना. College lectures are not taken by PACE faculty.
अच्छा, sorry, that is not important. कौन college जाना? नहीं, don't go there. I personally don't recommend that. I thought you are not attending PACE lectures also.
Sir, then why would I be paying to go to
That's what I
PACE?
thought. Maybe you are studying at home.
Yeah, that would have been foolish. Sir. I do not attend PACE college lectures.
That is absurd. Don't go with that. That is okay. As long as your attendance is taken care of.
Yes, sir.
But otherwise, physical, Vijay CH sir teaches very nicely, especially the 12th part. Okay. Don't
Okay,
miss out
sir.
on those lectures. Organic, you can rely on my videos. Don't worry. I have made all the videos. It is already available. Right. So,
Sir, one more thing, sir, in chemical bonding, 12th में वापस से चालू होगा ना chemical bonding advanced?
no.
We've done chemical bonding entirely.
Yes, it is only for organic purpose we will revise it. Otherwise, it is not needed at
So
all.
because in Narendra Avasthi, there's two parts. There's chemical bonding basic and then there's chemical bonding advanced.
Chemical
I can
bonding advance is nothing but hybridization to MOT. That's all. See the questions.
Okay, sir. So I can do both, na? Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
That was the question I had. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, guys, we'll end up the session here now. So tomorrow, same time, 7:30, we'll start. We'll finish up the GOC basic part as well as the problem solving of acidity and basicity. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, guys. Good night.